Abusia actress Beverly Afaglo actress ni piani pa woman Ghana hanom sei ono na entra awanwasem asi ewo ni fia ote a one ne maame na ati honom na ehonom ahye sei dweribe a enya asem keto akra na actress yi ni kunu enso ayanwintuni a yenna yenim praye music group praye praye tintin praye tietia na praye hono na actress yi ni kunu ene praye hono a na obonyum na endra aja akoto ni fie a enya asem keto akra ne na adane arehu aye amanfo agira ne niama owo ne niama ehu hia ne ade ni na demo no ahise dwebe na wababa kasa yentie dia actress Beverly Afaglo ekaye.
Okay, by His grace.
Thank God. So Beverly, what really happened?
I live with my mom. My mom has a garden at the back of the house. So, I mean, a woman who is almost 80, she's always bored. She wants to do gardening stuff. So she always goes to her farm. That's what she calls it, every morning. So apparently she went to do her regular farming and she gathered some weeds and she bent it. So according to her, the fire had gone down and she left and she went to relax. So my household made lunch and went to give her food. So when she was going back to my side of the apartment, then she could perceive smoke. So she went through the corridor and she realized that the smoke is coming from the back. So my room faces the back itself. So she said she went to open my door and the room, the smoke had engulfed the whole room. So she shut it back and quickly ran to Grandma's place and said, "Grandma, are you burning something at the back of the house?" And she said, "I don't know. So both of them walked to the back of the house and saw that fire was raising the whole place. By then, my cousin had gone to pick my first daughter from school. So he got back and came to meet the fire. And they went to open the polytank and my cousin and my household started pouring water on the fire. So when they were pouring water, the smoke was coming. So they decided that they should take Grandma and the kids out of the house. So they took Grandma and the kids out and drove the 2 cars out of the house. And when they tried coming back to save whatever, the smoke had engulfed the whole house. So they started calling fire service. So I was in town, in Tema, all right, not too far. Then a neighbor called me that Beverly, your house is on fire. There was so much traffic from where I was going. I had to park my car, jumped on Okada, and quickly get to my house. When I got there, by God's grace, fire service was there, all right. But over 40 minutes, they didn't know what to do. They said the smoke is too much, so they can't enter.
They didn't know what to do, Sese.
The smoke is too much. They can't enter. And I'm like, don't you have protective gear? Don't you have a plan? What can you do? We were just screaming. Now people were like, they don't have water. And they said, no, we have water. But the smoke, the second car came. Now that second car also came and was trying to give this one water and was trying to start a generator that wouldn't start in 15 minutes. They would start it and it would go off. They would start it and it would go off. Then a third car came. Then they didn't know what to do. Then people, the neighbors around, everybody had gathered in front of the street and they now told them that they should go to the back of the house. The neighbor that I share a wall with, they should go there and go into their house and now start pouring water. That was how they started quenching the fire. And I'm thinking, don't you have plans? Aren't you equipped? Don't you know how to deal with these things? Fire comes with smoke, for crying out loud. How can you tell me because there's smoke you can't get your hose in there? Or like, Oh goodness. I was just standing there and crying because everything was going. Everything. I couldn't take anything, not even my passport, nothing. How I went out in my slippers, it wasn't like I was even going out for a function that I would say I was stressed. I was just wearing a t-shirt and leggings and a handbag, sunglasses, my face mask, nothing. That was all. And everything was gone. My kids were saved by God's grace, and that's all. Nobody has anything. We are all gone.
Were there any casualties recorded?
No. By God's grace, nothing.
So for now, grandma and the kids are safe, together with your cousin and also?
Yeah.
Okay, so couldn't they save anything? I mean, after the fire
service, they couldn't have saved anything because the time they came, the smoke had engulfed the house and they didn't want to go inside. And for my house help, I think she just got traumatized or whatever the situation was. She had to just run out with my last baby, my second child. And my cousin who came to drop my first daughter just came in to meet the fire. So he was just trying to salvage the situation by opening the polytank to start pouring water. And it was just 2 hands because grandma can hardly do anything. So it was just my cousin and my household pouring the water. They poured it and they had to go away because the smoke was coming. So they thought of coming back to try and pick something when they took the kids out and grandma, but by the time they were coming back, everybody said, don't go inside because the smoke is too much. When I was coming back from the Michelle Camp Road. As far as Ashama roundabout, I could see the smoke coming.
Really?
I was sitting on Okada and I was crying because I'm like, is this coming from my house? Because it's crazy.
Okay, so have you been given any reports by the fire service as to what could have?
The fire service was there. ECG came to switch power off because the way fire service couldn't treat the situation, we had to call ECG to come and switch the whole community off and see whatever the situation is so that it doesn't escalate to something else. So everybody was there. NADMO has been there. They've done their reports. And
okay, so what was the report saying? Do they suspect arson, or was it by that little?
I don't know. At least they asked what happened, and we told them that we are suspecting the bush that my mom was burning, probably the wind, because it was quite windy yesterday. Maybe the wind just sparked the fire again, and it started it. That's what we are suspecting, but they said they are coming back today to check in. I don't know. So everything is down, like it's empty. It's an empty house. The building is down, everything.
So
the moment the roof went off, everything was just raising down.
So where did you spend the night?
I'm in my sister's house. We are all here.
Together with your children?
My children, my mom, yeah.
Were there valuables in there?
Oh, of course, a lot of valuables. I can't quantify. Like a lot of valuables. A lot. I even feel sorry for my mom for her lifetime memories in the